Hey YouTube, so we're getting some people who've been asking questions about FOBs because a lot of people don't understand the mess of the UI, the mess of UI that is FOBs. So I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna do a very small vid just to give a quick explanation of mechanics regarding it and whatnot. So let's hop into it. So first off, we're gonna talk about the total materials and staff, for example. So when you're looking at a base, the owners, in the lower right corner, you can see it's telling you how much staff they have overall and how many materials they have overall. So we're going to select one, and I'm going to start with, this is just telling you how many platforms they have for each base. So for example, 2828, that's just maxed out. They have every single platform for every single, base. The shield is obviously their defense level. The hexagon is obviously the amount of platforms they have. So yeah, let's talk about the assigned staff and place containers you'll see in the lower right corner. So to describe that, you're not actually going to get any of the assigned staff that appear on this menu unless you reach the core, right? But the placed containers are actually what's like out on the field. This is stuff you can actually Fulton. So you can navigate between them, and for example, base development platform, they have a total of 4,700 precious metal, and this is all in 22, crates, containers. So as I can see, I want to pick this base, right? This is something that interests me, and you're going to see this on the right here. You can see this on the brief before you actually select to enter this platform as well. It tells you the ranks, what type of weapons they're using. So as you can see here, they're using a long range setup. There is a medium range setup and also a close range setup. Medium range, they usually use assault rifles and whatnot, like, the typical shit. Close range, they're going to use shotguns, and long range, they're going to use sniper rifles. I don't like sniper rifles, especially when they pair them with like A ranks, because that just makes them way more of a bitch to, hide from, because they have better sight speed. But either way, let's continue. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the first platform. So you can see the tether, that's the insertion point. So we can see that they have 17 E ranks with a grade of 8. They have 5 fences, they have 10 anti-theft, they have 7 cameras, 2 UAVs, 9 mines, and 8 anti-material turrets. And then you can see vice versa with the other platforms here up to the insertion point. In the upper right here, this is just showing the total, what they have across the board. Now, you may not know this, but you can actually reduce their capabilities here. So let's go to dispatch FOB unit, which I'm going to hit Y.
Please select a
now, generally speaking, there is no reason to do armory or guards. Generally, what people want to do is destroy security devices, which both lowers the amount of guards as well as security devices, of course. 4 is when it starts to take down UAVs, and I generally don't really do anything lesser than 4, because I'm only really worried about UAVs. The fences, anti-theft, and cameras are not a massive issue. If anything, they can sometimes help me out whenever I want to cause a distraction or cause chaos. Also, you can see here that this is a close range because they have a shotgun icon. Eliminate the reinforcements. I don't care what type of infiltration you're doing. If you're going to do a actual straight up attack where you just maul everyone, or if you're going ghost, does not matter. You want to eliminate the reinforcements. Even just grade 1 is enough to remove any reinforcements, period. This does not affect anything on the actual security status. All this really does is eliminate the ability for them to call in backup. As long as you have grade 1, that is enough. That will completely remove their enemy reinforcements. You do not need to go any higher than this. The only downside to this is that your success probability is significantly lower the lower you use, because you're using weaker units. But as long as you have grade 1, that's it. You can also choose to do vehicle escort, which all it really does is reduce how much you lose, as it says in there, as well as increase the rate of success. It says it right there. So you don't need this, but if you find yourself at a really shitty probability, or you really want to save S ranks, then I would use this. Anti-reflex, if you don't use reflex, this will not affect you, and it's pointless. But if you do reflex, places can actually level up their security and make it so that your reflex mode is reduced. A higher level version of anti-reflex can outright just make it so you don't even have a full second of anti-reflex, or of reflex mode. Armory, all this really does is weaken their their armor. It's never really worth it. I think it's just a waste of troops. Eliminate the guards is just as is. It just kills off some guards, so you have less guards to navigate around. I do not suggest using this either. I think you should keep that on, because that's more opportunity to get more espionage points. But other than that, you can see all that here. You also get a reward for doing that stuff. Of course. Nice. Thank you. Good job, Konami. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. I can't really think of anything else. There's more specific details when it comes to avoiding alerts for like your like defenders and whatnot. But otherwise, that's more specific, and this is mostly just to describe the UI. Anyway, thank you for watching.